YouTubers, it's Carolyn again, and Capone, but you can't see him. I can't get him in the shot. He's here though, in spirit. Welcome back to our RV life. Today I want to answer a question I get a lot about residency and how I get mail. A lot of you wonder, how do I pay my bills? How do I register to vote? How do I register my vehicle? What state do I call home? And I'm going to answer those questions for you today. Number one, let's talk about residency. A lot of nomad types, full-time RVers and VanDwellers, choose to declare a state of residency in one of the states that does not have state income tax. And I know North Dakota and Nevada are two of those states. I know there's a couple more, but I'm not an expert on that area. I'm here to share my experience. So yeah, a lot of people who are full-timers choose one of those states because it's less expensive. I, for the time being, am choosing to stay a California resident for my own personal reasons, and I'm not going to change that right now, so my residency is still in California. I also have an address in California, so that brings me to number two. How do I get mail? Before I left the Bay Area, I did a little research to figure out how I could get my mail, and I ended up at a UPS store in my home base town in Northern California. The UPS store for me has been a great solution to getting not only mail but packages delivered. And the benefits of a UPS store over a PO box is I have a street address. I don't have a PO box. I have an actual street address. So I have been able to register my vehicle, register to vote, and do all those other things that people who live in houses are able to do. It is an actual street address. And the other benefit of that over a post office box is that I can have packages delivered there as well. UPS, FedEx, etc. UPS and FedEx will not deliver to a post office box. So my UPS box, I got a special deal. I paid 18 months, I think, up front. I don't remember how much I paid, but it works out to no more than $15 a month. And the benefit I get for that, besides having a street address, is they will forward my mail to me any place I am in the country. They're very nice people. I love my people in my UPS store. I call them up and I say, do I have any mail? They check my box. They say, yeah. They read through my mail, tell me what's there, which is really helpful because oftentimes I'm waiting on checks from clients. So if the check isn't there, I can wait to have my mail forwarded so I don't have to pay extra. And they provide that service for me. I was waiting for a code from Google to set up my AdSense account. I even called them and asked them to open it and give me the number, and they even did that for me. So they're very, very helpful. And it costs only about $5 to forward my mail to a post office. So that's just mail. And they'll put it in an envelope, they'll send it by first class mail to wherever I am. And that raises another question. How do I get mail when I'm on the road? This is something I learned when I hiked the John Muir Trail because I had to send my food to myself at my resupply points. There is a thing called general delivery. Most post offices in the US offer general delivery mail services. And what that means is you can have mail sent to you care of general delivery to that post office. You can then go show ID and pick it up. They will hold it for you. Every post office I've ever dealt with has handled general delivery mail, but it's my understanding that not every post office will. You are going to be calling every post office that your mail will be forwarded to before you have it forwarded. Some post offices have different handling instructions, different addressing instructions, and sometimes even the addresses for the physical post office might vary from what you see online. So you can have a mail forwarder, and again, I use the UPS store, but there are specific mail forwarders, especially in states like Nevada, who handle a lot of full-timers. When you are sending things to the post office via general delivery, the format is usually just your name, care of, general delivery, the address of the post office. And they're usually very specific. It has to have your first and last name, and it has to say general delivery on it. If it doesn't, it can get lost, etc. So you just want to be really careful about making sure you're following all the rules, especially if you're waiting for money like I do. I'm waiting for money. I'm not messing with that. I'm making sure. I don't generally like to follow rules, but when you're dealing with my money, I'm following the rules. The post office general delivery is what I have been using with no problem. Just know that some of the small towns, it can take a little longer to get there. I've had to stay in a town a couple days longer than I wanted, waiting for my mail. Small price to pay, right, for my freedom. I'm okay with that. Find a mail forwarder or a UPS store and get your mail forwarded to a post office in whatever town you end up in. If you're going to be in one place for an extended length of time, you can also go to a UPS store there or a post office and get a post office box there if you want. Again, I prefer a UPS store because they also handle my packages. If a package gets sent to my mailing address at my UPS store in California, they will also forward that to me wherever I am. So that brings up another question. How do I receive packages? How do I shop on Amazon? You can get packages sent to you at any UPS store location in the country. So just Google UPS store, and most cities and towns will have a store and they will accept packages for you. There's usually a small fee, about $5 a box. So when you're ordering stuff from Amazon, you might want to keep that in mind. If it's coming in multiple boxes, that can add up. But again, just like the post offices, call the UPS store ahead of time. Ask if they accept boxes for you. Just let them know you're a full-time RVer traveling through, and will they accept a UPS package on your behalf. Most of them will. And they also may give you special instructions. I ran into, I think in Washington, one UPS store said if it's there longer than 7 days, they will charge you storage fees and $5 per box. Sometimes they're a little higher. So you just want to call your UPS store before you place your order. Make sure you have the address correct. Make sure you know how the UPS store wants it addressed. So that pretty much does it, I think. I covered residency. You can declare residency in some of the states that are easy. And again, I'm not an expert on that. And if I decide to change my residency, I can do a video and share that information with you. But I haven't experienced it myself, so I don't feel like I'm an expert and I can talk to that. So I would rather send you somewhere where I know you can get good information. The second thing is, how do I have an address? How do I get mail? And I use my UPS store and they forward my mail to me. How do I get mail on the road? Well, I can either get general delivery mail delivered to me and I pick it up at the post office, or if it's packages, I have them sent to a UPS store or some other package handling store. And if you just Google UPS store, if they don't have an actual UPS store, oftentimes they'll have like a mail and package store of a generic brand name or something like that. But just call around. You can always find a service that will help you get your mail and your packages. Okay, I hope that answered all your questions about residency and mail, etc. And thanks again for being here, and I'm glad you're watching, and I'm glad you're here with me on this journey. I appreciate every single one of you. Until next time, be happy, be safe, and be kind. Come on, you want to say hi to everybody since you wouldn't be in the shot with me? Say hi, YouTubers! Say hi, buddies! Hi, YouTubers! Come on.